Nalani, hey, say hi. Yeah, give me a kiss. Yeah, good girl. I quit reading fiction. That's what we're going to be talking about on this walk, is the value of your time. I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm just going to put forward a different theory of if you want to make the most of your life, if you want to optimize, if you want to put yourself in a good position for the future, if you want to be a long time horizon sort of person, and this might help you out. So hit the thumbs up button if you're ready to learn today. Thanks for clicking in, even if you're one of my 100 disciples, 100 viewers, 100 followers. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Don't need to be a massive thing for it to be worth it. So today we're talking about I quit reading fiction. We talked about I quit soda, I quit porn, I quit alcohol, I quit tobacco, I quit caffeine, I quit TV. And really what I mean by TV for the most part is fiction. I don't really watch documentaries, but I'm not against it. Well, I'm sort of against watching the news. I mean, I watch some YouTube and listen to some podcasts. Anyways, we're talking about fiction. I grew up, I read a lot of fiction. I read Harry Potter, good potty, that's a good potty. I read Harry Potter, I read Lord of the Rings, I read all this like Redwall is like fantasy. I read a lot of different fantasy growing up, and I don't think I got a lot out of it compared to if I had read Guns, Germs, and Steel, Sapiens, The Silk Roads, the Encyclopedia, the Atlas, The Story of Philosophy, Will Durant. It's just not enough for something to be entertaining. It could be entertaining and practical, entertaining and educational, entertaining and helpful. And you know, there is some good fiction, and I would say what good fiction is it's close enough to real life, like very well thoroughly researched, and then there's some very practical commentary that you get out of it. Most fiction is not like that. There is some good fiction. Most is trash though. But even trying to sift through, it's like there's so much good nonfiction, so many biographies, stories, history, economy, science. It's fascinating, and it's true. And what's true is crazier than what's made up. Really, if you go and you look at the stories of people who survived, the real stories of people who have done good things, Edison, Tesla, Schwarzenegger, Ben Franklin, Genghis Khan, Siddhartha Gautama, or however you want to pronounce the Buddha, and Jesus Christ. You know, going back, and I wouldn't put religious books as fiction necessarily. That's sort of separate category. I'm for reading nonfiction. I'm for studying history, and that means reading important works that occasionally might be fiction. But for the most part, like, most people just totally miss out on learning about history. And history is really practical to learn, because you learn the psychology, you understand why things are the way they are, and it gives you really powerful predictive power, where you can look forward and say, you know what, what happened when COVID happened? What did you do? Nolani, come on. This way. What did you do when COVID happened? I got books on the Great Influenza. Come on. And I started reading about what happened in 1918. Because I wanted an idea of what might happen in 2020, 2021. Right? That was entertaining, but it was also very practical. And and very helpful. Or, you know, so much of 2020 I spent reading about economy, finances, history of money, because I saw the money printing, I saw the inflation starting. Like, what's going to happen? I don't have time to read fiction. I want to read what really happened. Noani, come on. And what really happened is crazy. what happened in Germany, what happened in Zimbabwe, what's happening in Venezuela, Iran, a lot of different places. Historically, it's what happened in Greece. It's fascinating. The real truth of the world is endlessly fascinating. And nonfiction is I'm not just talking history too. There's, self-help, pop science, these sorts of things too. It's practical, educational and practical. But and we don't always know history, what's real, what's not, what's given too much light. You got to read different sources and think maybe this is all true, maybe this isn't all true. Not totally sure, but there's a chance this really happened. In biographies, there's a good chance this happened, and it's just as entertaining as Lord of the Rings. But we know that it's true. It's not made up. It's going to be it's a lot more practical. So I'm not telling you to stop reading fiction necessarily. I'm telling you why I stopped reading fiction is the same reason I stopped watching TV, is the same reason that I stopped drinking alcohol, is the same reason I stopped smoking weed, is the same reason I stopped watching porn, the same reason I stopped with the caffeine, because life, I'm going to distill it to the essential elements. I'm going to cut out everything that's not necessary, see what's left. Nolani, come on. And there's plenty left. Working outside is endless. Reading true history is endless. The working out is endless. The content creation is endless. The building community and socializing in healthy ways is endless. The working with the animals, the dog training, the education, there's just endless entertaining uses of your time that are practical and wholesome, and will put you in a better spiritual, emotional, financial, and physical situations in the future that I just don't see a reason to waste time with fiction. Again, there's a cool fiction book that will spark something that's worth reading, but the vast majority of it's garbage. Think I'm right, think I'm wrong, comment down below. Do you like fiction? Do you not like fiction? Comment down below. I'll tell you, I'm not telling you what to do, but I think if you're reading a lot of fiction and you don't read any nonfiction, you're really missing out on something that's really entertaining and also something that's really practical. Bonus points, comment down below if you know what kind of plant this is. It produces, I'll give you a hint, it produces a flower that flowers at night, and it produces a really incredibly delicious fruit that in Hawaii the season is basically summer and fall. Comment down below. Okay, much love, appreciate you. Talk to you soon. Yeah, there's just so much to learn about the real world. Why bother with fiction? My thoughts. Okay, peace.